Okay. We're back. We're making wheat grow. I'm actually beginning to wonder if the villager is going to actually pick the crops.
It is a free spirit. You cannot stop them. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh. Stop teasing us. This is going to be. Have I hit a new low?
No one likes a tease. You either go through with it or you just put it away.
Oh! Oh! Something grew! Did you think I was serious when I told you we should watch wheat grow for an hour?
I knew you were completely serious.
Do you think I was serious about doing a Last of Us podcast while watching wheat grow?
I feel like it would kind of be awkward for us to do talk about The Last of Us without taking time to watch the current trailers and stuff for it. I mean, how much of The Last of Us 2 do you know?
I know Joel's alive.
Okay.
I know Ellie is bisexual. Well, we're guessing.
Well. Okay.
I mean,
I mean, I guess there was. I don't think there was any romance between Ellie and Henry. I think they were just friends. Remember Henry? Was it Henry?
I only remember Jeff the truck, and yeah, I do remember a kid at one point that was Ellie's age. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the older brother though. Unless the older brother's name was Henry, and the younger brother was Sam.
Oh yeah, I think it was Sam for the little guy. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, but we don't know what Ellie and Joel got up to between the games now. You know.
I think it's still a 5-year time gap. Also, I like how we said this isn't going to turn into a conversation about The Last of Us 2 while watching regrow, but here we are.
Yeah, no, yeah, here we are. No, it's happened. I'm happy about this.
I think I've only seen 3 videos concerning Last of Us 2. It was the announcement video, as well as I think it had a snippet of gameplay, but it was a very random scene, an open. I think it was on a freeway that was kind of dilapidated, and you're playing as
I remember
Ellie.
The gameplay. Yeah, and you were playing as an older version of Ellie.
Well, yeah. And the whole I think the cool mechanic that caught my eye was the whole crouch/crawl mechanic, as well as igniting arrows on fire.
Oh yeah, you're right. I actually remember hearing about that. Wait, yeah, I think you were the one who told me that all those mechanics were in the game. Because when the Last of Us 2 trailer came out, it's been 4 years since we've played the original game.
Yeah, the game came out 2013. No,
and I think we played it 2014 because I got my PS4 for Christmas. I got the PS4 a year after it came out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, when we were playing through
it was 2014 and 2015. I think we played between.
Yeah, so it's been 7, almost a decade.
So we were in. I think we were in 10th grade when we played through it, because that's when Becky across the street started to go to high school with us.
Yeah, so 5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years. So when you brought that up, that was actually a really interesting thing to see, because we didn't get to crawl. I feel like the original Last of Us, if we were able to crawl, I feel like we would have done something stupid with it.
I think the best we could have done was crouch, but I forgot if crouching allowed us to actually get into small areas.
I think it did in some scenes.
I don't remember.
For some puzzles and everything, I think crouching allowed us to get to places that we couldn't. But I don't know. I'm excited about the arrows, though. That's a cool thing. Flaming arrows. I feel like maybe, and this is just a random idea that I've just had, maybe people can put that fungus bullshit that started the whole. Yeah, put it on the tip of the arrow, and when it gets shot into you, maybe then you're infected.
I feel like that might be a possible mechanic in the multiplayer mode.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
the
just
multiplayer.
I'm kind of assuming that The Last of Us 2 will have multiplayer mode.
Well, yeah, it had a it
The
has
first
a
game did.
multiplayer, but it wasn't really that popular. So who? I mean, I think everybody tried it.
Yeah, I
Just-
played it a little bit.
It just like to see what it's like out of curiosity, but
I definitely see the appeal if you're playing with like friends because like The Last of Us is a very like I guess heavy hitting game. I wouldn't necessarily call it like fast paced and like flighty like Borderlands. I feel like
you could play it like that though if you wanted to.
well, yeah, but in like pretty much like team based matches, which I've generally seen online for The Last of Us be like it's pretty nice to have like either a team of like friends or people who have like a general idea of like a strategy to like play with.
Some
But then
sugar
again-
cane grew.
Oh,
I'm telling you, dude, go and make a compilation video of when everything grew.
someone joins the world.
I'd be scared then.
Just me. It's my account, but I'm here in person. I'm like, huh. Well, that's concerning.
One thing I do want to bring up though is the whole theory, and I think it was confirmed. Joel is alive. Like it has been confirmed at this point that Joel is alive. He's not dead. I remember hearing a theory, and I found this theory very interesting.
What, that he's like a hallucination?
Yeah, that he's like an hallucination, and like Ellie, who's immune, whatever, for her being immune for so long, maybe like that's starting to take an effect on her brain.
Mhm.
I mean, I already know that that's like a whole theory in itself about, the fungus like taking an effect on her in this game, for some reason people think that Ellie's gonna die at the end of this game for some reason. Like I feel like people have that expectation. I don't think so. I feel like Naughty Dog's gonna keep make another Last of Us after this, because they can go a lot further with this, because they only it's a 5-year time gap.
Yeah.
They could bring it to where a game where Joel is actually passed away, like pick it up like right off where Joel passes away.
Oh, so pretty much pull
A Walking Dead, basically.
Skybound's
Yeah,
Walking Dead.
yeah, where the first 2 games it was Lee, or wait, no, only the first game.
Yeah, only the first season was
Spoilers.
more spoilers. The whole theory of like Ellie hallucinating is very similar to like Elizabeth in Bioshock Infinite's Burial at Sea.
Oh yeah, that's
Kind
a
of
good
like
point too.
like after like all the stress of like living in like the post-apocalypse, similar to Elizabeth's experiences of being in Colombia and now being forced to explore Rapture essentially on her own.
Yeah, especially without Booker
Well,
or Troy Baker, because Troy Baker is just in every game at this point. Well, no, Keanu Reeves is the new thing. Keanu Reeves is the new thing. It's no longer Troy Baker. But
I mean, I'm kind of interested in Cyberpunk a little bit. It seems cool. Like, I think before I realized like Keanu Reeves was like, in it, or really making it like blow up as much as like, or even more than it did.
yeah,
And it seemed like a kind of cool premise, like the whole like character customization along with like what you could do with vehicles.
Last of Us 3, Keanu Reeves and Troy Baker.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
People would buy it just because it's Keanu Reeves and Troy Baker, though.
I'm just kind of thinking of Troy Baker as voice acting for Joel. He's reprising his role in The Last of Us 2, right?
Yeah, no, he's Joel again.
Oh, okay, because, I don't know, there's been just some trouble lately with several games due to, contract and, like, union disputes
Yeah.
for, like, voice actors and not, like, having I guess, as much like rights or like security as they feel like they deserve.
I mean,
the work.
The Last of Us 2, like I'd imagine all the voice acting's already done. Like right now, either the game is done, or they're in the final stages of the game because it comes out next month or March.
Hold on, I actually have it marked on my phone as a holiday.
That's when you're coming and picking me up, and we're going and buying that game, and we're playing it. Hey, maybe we'll stream it.
I mean, yeah, there's still. Remember, I proposed the idea of versus.
Yeah, the verses. Maybe we'll live stream it instead of doing like a whatchamacallit, a cut episode. That would be a lot easier to do.
Plus, I feel it'd be interesting just get like our whole like blind playthrough.
Yeah, like that. That's
May 29th.
May 29th. Wow, that late in May.
Yeah,
wow.
so pretty much after the semester.
Yeah, after this, that works out pretty well then.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I'd be down to live stream. Maybe we will do that.
And then I probably have like a week or two before my work starts up, so it'll work out.
Oh yeah, no, we'll probably beat the game in like 3 days if you come over 3 consecutive days in a row.
I brought the snacks.
Man, we got to get playing the original one. Get through that game.
Well, yeah, we also need to kind of still see how Versus works out for regular Last of Us before we potentially go through with it for the sequel. Should we elaborate on what we're doing with The Last of Us Versus, or?
I feel like we'll wait until we're closer to The Last of Us 2 because we're not going to record anything for the original game.
True.
So I feel like we should, test the idea out a little bit more, and maybe me and you could do like a Minecraft episode, like bi-monthly Minecraft episodes. Me and you could sit down for one of them and, I don't know, work on random shit and just talk about the idea. Just to put it out there in a video in case there is anyone interested. Because, I did, and I could also upload or put the idea on Instagram somewhere. Because I know that since having an Instagram for the channel, it's kind of allowed, like, a bigger outreach for the videos.
Yeah.
Like, my views have gone up doing that, but, I feel like we need to, like, fine-tune it a little more. Because it worked out great when we did it that day.
Yeah.
Like, that was a lot of fun. Just...
It was also just nice playing through The Last of Us again.
Yeah, no, that was also the great part.
I also kind of want to do it with Bioshock Infinite.
Oh, we need to play through all the Bioshocks, man. I still have them. I'd have to reinstall them, but...
Oh, on Xbox One.
Yeah. I'd be able to stream it pretty easily, too. We have the capture card now. So that could be another streamable thing that we could do.
True.
Not yet, because of school.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this semester is going to be crazy for you, isn't it?
I'll have to see how it fans out. I'm doing more of my game dev stuff, so that might be a good or bad thing.
I'm just photography now. But let's get back on track here.
What were we talking about? I think originally we were talking about Last of Us 2, and then it branched out into just a bit of voice acting and
the
various
voice
other
acting.
games like Bioshock and Cyberpunk.
I mean, man, maybe we'll actually do this as like a monthly thing, where we'll just sit down and talk for an hour and watch wheat grow.
Watch various crops grow.
Yeah, it's like every week every month we'll change it out. Like I'll put beetroot in like next month, and then potatoes the next one.
The farm gradually becomes more elaborate, and
I make like different sets. Like I put one on the roof of like a woodland mansion or something.
same farm, same materials, but for some reason it just moved on top.
I could do that with observer blocks too. I could literally uproot this and move it somewhere else if I wanted to.
Wait, is that what observer blocks used to do? Essentially, like
you can copy builds,
like map editor style edits.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's basically World Edit, but on crack a little bit.
Is that a good or bad thing?
Don't know.
Because I remember I used to use MC Edit way back when.
Oh, the olden days, man. When modding Minecraft was a hard thing, and 12 frames per second.
Me rolling at 3.
You did surprisingly well for 3 frames a second. I will give you that.
That PC. That poor PC.
The amount of time wasted on Minecraft.
I'm just thinking of the amount of time I wasted waiting on my uploads.
My uploads have actually gotten better recently. I guess YouTube kind of fixed their shit. Because Minecraft videos no longer take like 3 hours to upload. They actually take a normal amount of time. I think that's because I figured out my files and everything, but...
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, Last of Us 2. Let's get back on track. Well, what do you think about that, like that Ellie feature? Like, you know, the fungus, the cordyceps, I think you said.
Oh yeah, cordyceps arrows.
Yeah. Like, what, do you think that like this game is going to kind of show that like maybe that's taking an effect on her mind, or is it going to be more of like her and Joel surviving again? Because there's obviously some story. Because Ellie looks like she's out on some revenge plot. From like, you know, the teaser trailer, from the trailer where Joel was unveiled to us, and I think the gameplay. It looks like Ellie is after some set of bandits.
Well, from what we can tell from the ending of The Last of Us, Joel and Ellie's relationship, although like it's alright, it's not as I guess strong or as trustworthy as it was like kind of maybe in majority of the second half of the game, because like Joel like lying to Ellie, so that might damage the relationship a bit, which might lead her to go through like a phase where she just wants to like do stuff on her own, like show that she's capable of like surviving. And I guess maybe like through like wandering around, or like maybe one excursion, she finds
maybe this game could kind of be like, you know, those coming of age type of things, like, you know, Ellie is still kind of feeling distant from Joel for lying to her, and maybe this whole game is like, you know, something happens, you know, someone loved by Ellie, and she goes out on like this whole revenge scheme, but you know, Joel tags along with her, and maybe like the whole adventure could bring them closer. Because I feel like at some point, like if they continue to do The Last of Us, like if there's going to be a third game or everything, Ellie and Joel are going to have that father-daughter relationship. There's no question about it. Like,
fair.
The amount of shit that they've been through, they're gonna be close. They're gonna want like, well, you know, they're not gonna be close like that. But of course, in Rule 34's world, they're closer than anything. But
also, I'm surprised you know what that is. I don't know how much internet exposure of that realm you have, good sir.
we both have known Kirsten.
I knew about it before Kirsten.
Probably, actually. I don't know, blame Sean.
Sure.
Sean's the troubled child.
Damn!
But, yeah. I'm kind of getting a feeling of that from this game. Like, it's a revenge plot, for sure. Like, it seems like Ellie wants revenge against something.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the whole teaser trailer. It's the camera, like, going through the building, all the dead bodies, and her playing the guitar.
Yeah, and bleeding.
And bleeding. But then, you know, it shows Joel. That's where everybody got that kind of, like, you know, it's her imagination from.
But it would kind of be weird because didn't Joel come through the front door and then it like slowly makes the way upstairs to like where Ellie is?
I don't think it went upstairs. I think it was all a single floor.
Well, then Joel come through the door. That would kind of be like a lot to do with a hallucination.
Yeah. I mean, and well, now that we know that like Joel's alive and everything, I feel like it's, you know, it's not that. I don't think it's that entirely. If it is, I'm interested in how the game would end. If Ellie is starting to slowly, like, you know, lose it to the disease or something like that, and, you know, like the end of the game is her turning or something like that. Like, I don't think it's going to be that.
What if they said, no, DLC?
DLC! What happened between those 5 years instead of doing what happens to Ellie? And then everyone's mad. That I would be interested to see.
I'm thinking, I just thought something really weird. So, I'm thinking of like them pulling a Portal 2, where they have like this whole other like story thing that's specifically for like cooperative multiplayer, where you're playing one person plays as Joel and the other person plays as Ellie.
Kind of like that 2-player game that came out recently. What was that game called? Or it was like the two guys, and then like you were both on the same screen or whatever, or you could see what each other's doing. It was something like that.
I forgot if you played Portal.
Well, yeah, I've played Portal. I haven't played Portal 2. We were gonna do a series on Portal 2, but we never did.
Portal 2 is so good. Should get around to play it.
I have it on Steam. I bought them both on sale at some point. So
there is so much stupid shit in Portal 2, but it's great because of it.
I mean, yeah, I know that. I've seen clips of it. It looks like a great game.
Well, don't spoil yourself too much on it.
No, I haven't. I don't know. I don't know the ending of Portal 2 at all.
Okay.
I don't know it.
Alright, that's good.
But
I have the soundtrack for the game in my car. Anyway.
What I'd really, like, I'd like to see a DLC, kind of like how they did in the first game. Go back in time to before everything happened, like they did with Ellie. Like it was Ellie between that time period when Joel was down, but also it showed her past with... What was that girl's name?
Riley.
Riley, yeah, it showed her past with Riley. So, I'd like to see that to where it goes maybe not the full 5 years back and covers that 5 years.
But maybe like key moments in those 5 years.
Yeah, like maybe like key moments or like, it covers a specific like hard time for Ellie and Joel, but there's snippets of between time and everything.
I think something outlandish is if they do DLC, maybe it's a character introduced in The Last of Us 2, but it's a character that you like meet later on. So you're playing like as that new character, but you're getting a little backstory before they meet like Ellie and Joel and get involved in the core. That'd be kind of interesting.
That would be interesting too. Yeah, kind of like how Skybound did The Walking Dead Michonne.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Actually, did you actually hear Wolf Among Us 2?
Oh.
That the company came through and saved it. Skybound saved it. It's actually going to be released. There was a teaser trailer a couple of weeks ago, and I texted Sean about it, and he literally turned into a little girl. He's been waiting so long for this game, and when Telltale closed, he was pissed. And I was like, listen, Sean, someone could buy the rights for the game. It's already developed. All they need is just buy the fucking everything that they have and release it. And Skybound came through with it. They're releasing The Wolf Among Us too. So yeah, no DLC. This game's gonna have DLC. Regardless, it's gonna have DLC, and I feel like it's releasing on PS4. I feel like when the PS5 releases, that's when the DLC is gonna release. Because isn't that how they did it for the PS4? They released The Last of Us like
I feel like they released the DLC for The Last of Us during the tail end of the PS3's life cycle.
Yeah, and
then naturally included it in the PS4 release.
Yeah, in the PS4 release.
I think it was included naturally.
I think that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna wait. Like the game's gonna come out, and we won't probably hear about anything until E3 about a DLC. Which one is that? June? Because I'd imagine E3 is going to be major this year because they're going to unveil both consoles there, right?
I haven't been keeping up with that specifically.
Well, I'd imagine this is where they're going to be released because both Xbox and PlayStation have both announced they're coming out holidays 2020.
Oh jeez, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either.
I have so much money in games invested into.
I did hear this though. Microsoft did announce that the new Xbox One X is going to be backwards compatible with the Xbox One. Like, you're going to be able to play games with people on Xbox One.
Okay.
So, like, apparently.
But only one generation back.
Yeah, only 360's dead. Sadly.
What gave you that impression?
Because, I had to go out and buy a converter for my 360, and it made the quality of everything even worse.
Well,
I mean, think of this. I played Saints Row, and you could usually read the license plate when you're standing next to the car. The license plate is 3 blue lines.
okay, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is very bad. I was expecting, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to play Saints Row 2 again. Can't even see more than like maybe 100 feet in front of me without it being pixelated.
Yikes.
You said it would be upscaled, but it hit its maximum upscale and couldn't upscale anymore. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that game is 720p. And it's trying to upscale to 60 frames per second, 1080p.
Yeah, that's a fair jump.
Hey, at least The Last of Us 2 looks good on the TV. Or Last of Us 1, sorry. We don't have the second game. What do you think Joel's role is going to be in the game? Since we're playing as Ellie now. And Joel is going to be, Because remember, the first game, Joel was doing everything. Ellie was the lazy ass. Now we're playing as Ellie. Is Joel going to be the old lazy ass?
I feel like he's gonna pop in and out. Like he's gonna be like around for like a majority of the game or all of the game, but like he'll come like in and out. Like if Ellie needs help with something, like Joel will lend a hand in like a fight or like exploring a new area. But I feel like there's gonna be several times where Ellie's gonna be on her own and it's gonna be really moments to prove like her survivability and like combat prowess.
Well, she's already proved her survivability. I mean, just all that shit that she did through the winter in the DLC.
True.
Like, and how old was she then? 15?
Yeah.
It's a fucking 15-year-old managing to take out like a whole gang of bandits several times with a bow and an arrow and a pistol. We didn't even have the flamethrower. Well, she didn't go up against Jeff the Truck, but I feel like Ellie would have been able to take care of it very easily. But I mean, it's weird because Joel was such like a big part of the last the second Last of Us, and now or the first Last of Us, and now I don't want Naughty Dog to just like throw him as a background character because Joel is a lot to that series. I'd like to see him in the game as like not like the lead character. But I want to see him up there.
He's going to be a strong support and like constant like presence in the game.
What do you think about Tommy? Do you think Tommy's in the game? Do you think that they're even with Tommy still? Because the end of the first game showed them going back to Tommy's, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be times. I'm pretty sure they're still with Tommy's group.
Because
sure. But we haven't heard or seen anything from.
What is it like that first cut scene or whatever that they showed with Ellie and that girl? It was it was somewhere safe. There were no clickers. It was a big party. Yeah, it was dancing.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Tommy's group or either that or Tommy's group was like absorbed into a bigger group.
Yeah. Or well, obviously 5 years. Tommy's group is a lot of time. That obviously expand. I feel like it's gonna have that aspect of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
To where to how many seasons were they traveling, and now in the current seasons of The Walking Dead, they're in one place that's fortified and everything. I feel like that they're gonna do that where Ellie and Joel are gonna have like one place, kind of like how Joel and Tess started out in Boston. Like they have one place where they're sheltered.
Things don't quickly go to shit.
Yeah, as long as that doesn't happen, yeah. I mean, oh yeah, that is another possibility. Would Joel ever return to Boston?
I don't think there's really much for him there.
Yeah, not like
after
Have we ever gotten background on like how long Joel was in Boston and everything? Like that.
I assume for a film, like some time, if it became like routine to like treat Tess's wounds or get a lay for how things worked.
and like understand the clickers and everything and like the types of them. I feel like that's that's a good piece together, I'd say. That wheat field is looking great right now, I'm telling you.
I think there's only like maybe 5 or 7 pieces that aren't fully grown yet in that field.
That villager is doing shit.
Oh, well, it's not even a full field. It looks like a full field. Do they know? I forgot villagers always have their eyes open.
Oh no, that's just a bedrock thing where your eyes close now. Yeah, no, that's just a bedrock thing.
It makes me slightly uncomfortable.
Like I'm excited about The Last of Us 2, but like I'm scared because I feel like
you don't know what to expect.
I don't know what to expect, but is it gonna live up to its predecessor? Like the original's always the best. Cars is a perfect example of it. Nobody even knows that there was a second movie.
I know there's a third.
Yeah, it was just basically like the original Cars, second Cars. Third Cars movie. Wait, where was the second one?
Wasn't the second Cars movie like espionage, if I remember? And then the third one was like passing the torch.
Yeah. Third one was passing the torch because McQueen is now retired. But literally, the second movie has nowhere in the timeline for the first and the second movie.
Yeah.
It's literally just there as a stupid James Bond parody with a mater.
You have the characters, but nothing from the first movie is really...
Nothing from the second movie is mentioned in the third movie.
It's not canon.
No, it's not at all. No Finn McMissile, no Mater's girlfriend. Mater doesn't have rockets anymore. Mater doesn't have machine guns anymore. Mater's normal now. I have high hopes in Naughty Dog. Like,
I'm pretty sure they haven't been working on any other games other than the Last of Us since Uncharted is pretty much wrapped up for now.
Do you think that they're going to wrap up Last of Us with this game?
It's too early to say.
It's hard to say, because again, all these theories coming out, about disease taking over Ellie's brain and everything, or some easily they could kill off Ellie and Joel at the end of the game, easily, and the game either ends or The Last of Us 3 is about 2 different people. I don't feel like they do that, though. I feel like that would upset a lot of people if they made The Last of Us 3 and it wasn't Joel and Ellie.
Well, I mean, I guess the only way they could get away with that is if they managed to develop, like, a character during The Last of Us 2 enough to be as strong as Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
Where you'd be like, okay, I understand, like, where the story is going with this.
Yeah, maybe, The Last of Us 3 could be a whole revenge thing for Ellie and Joel's death or something like that. Do you think that... Here's a big question. I haven't seen any theories about this. Do you think Joel dies in this movie? Because he's getting old. And, in a zombie apocalypse, there's really only one way that you're going to die, and that's a zombie. If not, you die of old age. Do you?
I don't think he's gonna die from a zombie.
No, I think Joel is either gonna die.
It's gonna be for a purpose.
It's gonna be be for like a complete purpose, and easily it's going to be by a human. I don't think it's gonna be by a zombie.
Yeah.
Unless no one's perfect, obviously, but. It's that is a rough one to say, though, because he's old. Like, how old was he in the first game? 40s, 50s? Because he had a little bit of gray hair.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So now, it's a 5-year time gap, so we just got to be getting close to 60. That's pretty old.
But I mean, apocalypse would keep you fit.
Yeah, no,
And I doubt his senses would really dull.
I mean, yeah, no, like Joel is gonna be just as strong as ever. Cause,
I mean, maybe he won't be able to like parkour like as gracefully or like
yeah, like
get as many swings as like faster as like strong as he used to, but he could still like hold his own pretty well.
Yeah, just I don't know. It's really hard to say like where the story is gonna go. That's how like little Naughty Dog has given us. And it's shitty, because we don't know what to expect. But at the same time, it's kind of a good thing, because game releases, you're not gonna know what happens. It's not like one of those movie trailers where they literally give you. Well, hi there.
The hell you want? Yeah. What? You want to fight? Yeah.
Whoa.
Keep moving.
Surprised he's not picking the crops. You know what? Oh shit! I'd have to hold on. Gosh. Summon. Let's give him a friend. Yeah, they're picking the crops. There we go. Okay, we're good now. Man, it's harder to do a podcast about a game that we know nothing about.
I mean, we've been going for a pretty long time.
Yeah, no, we've almost done an hour. Pretty impressive, and we watched wheat grow. All right, I think the one thing we got to conclude on is about Saturday. Because, well, I mean, we've been doing this long enough. I don't see any errors over here now, so I think we're pretty ready to do this on Saturday. So obviously, you don't need to come here on Saturday.
Well, you need to make that clear.
I know I didn't make that clear, but yeah, no, we'll probably do it through either an Xbox party. If Sean doesn't get, that's probably going to be through an Xbox party.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So basically,
I don't need pants.
Yeah, you don't need pants. You can announce with no pants.
Anyone curious what I'm wearing, you'll never know.
But yeah, basically, I'm doing the first ever live episode of BeamNG Roadkill. Basically, my child series, because I've done like 130 videos on it. And, it was originally going to be my plan for when, Copa took me down, if that was ever going to be a thing. But I don't think that's going to happen now. But the more and more I thought about it, yes, it does seem like a cool idea. Because it's different, it's interesting, and you get to see all a lot of the vehicles at once. And we want to do them seasonal. Like, we want to do seasonal events.
Yeah.
So, like one per, like one for the winter, one for the fall, one for the spring, one for the summer. Like, we want to do one for at least each season. At least, 2 to 3, maybe 4 a year. At least. Yeah. Like, four would be, enough, done. Like, no more until next year. But, if we could do about, 2, I'd be pretty happy. Of course, this is all dependent on, how successful this first one's going to be. If I'm going to get a lot of views on it and, the uploaded portion of the stream, then we're probably not going to do one ever again. But if we have a decent, turnout for the live stream, if we get a couple people watching at a time and everything, I'm not expecting the same viewers through the whole stream though. But yeah, but depending on how successful this is, and depending on how also we feel about it, people may love it, but we may not. Yeah. It may turn out and be a complete fire in the end.
Yeah, I'm not the kind of person that's willing to just put up content unless I feel okay, yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah, this is 100% untested, first off, and second off, after stream here, because there's something I do want to bring up with you, because I have I have an idea. Might be a weird idea, but we'll see. But you know, Joseph might be getting his own series on my channel.
What?
He doesn't even know this yet.
I didn't. What? What?
We'll see. It's going to be a one-off thing. It's not going to be like, you know, season, like, you know, it's not going to have seasons to it. It's going to be a one-off thing, like, you know, like a 10-episode series or something. But we'll see.
You're trying to give me my own show on like who on Netflix, like.
When you hear about it, though, I feel like you might like the idea of it. But yeah, no, I'll talk to him all about that later. But
Okay. All right. Sure.
but yeah, but basically this Saturday, January 11th at 12 in the afternoon, lunchtime, Eastern Standard Time. Go and convert it yourself. I'm not converting it for you. But yeah, no, we're basically doing a whole live event. Of course, if it's past, you know, if you see this past this day, the whole live stream is uploaded already. Just put his hood up. He's tired of doing this already.
I'm just tired.
And actually, you know, just to say this, I didn't expect this to go as easily as it did. I thought we would have been struggling for something to talk about at this point, or at least like, you know, like way before this point. I feel like this was pretty good. Do you think that we could do like a monthly little podcast where we watch crops grow and talk about gaming stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe not like, you know, like stay true to the monthly thing, but like, you know, like if we miss a month, we miss a month. You know.
We'll do it as we feel like it's relevant.
Yeah, that's
or
a
like
good.
There's enough stuff going on.
Yeah,
to,
that's a good point, because sometimes it could be like a whole month and we don't hear anything about like video games. We'll definitely have to do one for Last of Us 2, obviously.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have to do one if there's a GTA 6 announcement, because, you know, both me and you are great fans of it. Actually, you know, and I feel like this is appropriate to bring up because it's probably never going to be talked about on my channel. The new car that came out in GTA today, the Morgan, I think it's called, it's $1.2 million for this car.
Okay.
But it's great at cornering and everything. But it's just a little faster than a fucking Penumbra, which is a $6,000 car in the game. Its top speed, an electric car, people, this is why I hate them. Its top speed is 107 miles per hour. And it's 1.2 million for a car that is just as slow as one that's $6,000. GTA, you have let the ball drop on that one. But yeah. But if anybody who watches this is interested, January 11th, this Saturday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, BeamNG Roadkill Live, first ever live event, burnouts, drag racing, and possibly...
Fire.
I'll see if I can make fire happen.
What?
I'll see if I can... I mean, the burnout contest is going to be the most interesting part of the whole stream, because what's going to blow up and what's not. You know my track record for making cars that work and that don't work. Look at the Joseph Morales. That car's never been seen, and it only drives with one wheel.
Oh.
But, yeah, there you go, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed watching wheat grow.
I feel like this has been a successful test stream that ended up being a straight-up video at this point.
Well, podcast.
Yeah.
It's about an hour long.
Yeah.
But that's an appropriate time for a podcast.
Don't watch this while driving.
No, this is the appropriate video to watch while driving, because there's nothing going on.
But what if someone's intently watching it? Well, I guess you can watch in traffic. Alright, never mind.
Yeah, no, I think there'll be enough time between wheat growing for lights and everything. Just don't use your phone while driving, people. Yeah, look at that. He walked in front of the screen.
PSA villager.
I should have added bees. Can bees be in the desert?
Ooh.
All right, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Get ready for Saturday, and and let us know if you want to actually see a podcast. Yeah, it won't be live streamed. It'll be recorded instead. But
Yeah. Because time is weird and stuff happens.
yeah, and it'd be way easier to edit it out. I'm surprised we didn't get interrupted the whole video.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The whole live stream. But yeah. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, stay on land unless you're going swimming or flying. Wait, I forgot space travel!
Space travel, what the hell? There you go, buddy. You can sleep now. Okay. No villagers were partially abused during the filming of this live stream. Goodbye, people.
Well, they're verbally abused. Shh. And we're out.